Welcome to T1 Academy. In our RRB Group D series, already we have finished some concepts like percentages, profit and loss, discounts, and today we are going to see one more important concept, that is ratios and proportions. Okay, this ratio and proportion is very important. Definitely we can see 2 to 3 questions from this concept, students. So which is very important for us. Okay, now we will see the concepts for us. Directly we will move to the questions. See students, for concepts already in our channel itself we have a separate video where we discussed each and every concept in a detailed manner with very good examples. Okay, please do watch that. Here we will directly discuss only the questions. Okay, we discuss only the questions here, so please do watch the other videos for the concepts. Okay, right, now see here, rupees 2400 is to be distributed between A and B in the ratio 7:5. Then share of B is, okay, directly they are asking us A and B, in what ratio they should be divided? 7:5. 7:5. What is the total number of parts here? Total is 7 plus 5, it is 12 parts. Both ratios together. 7 plus 5, it is 12 parts, is given as what? 2400. 12 parts is 2400. And they are asking B share. B share is how many parts? B share is just 5 parts. So 5 parts becomes what? What is the relation between 12 and 2400, students? Into 200. Into 200 is the relation between these two. So now here also into 200. So it becomes what? 1000 rupees for us. So B share is what here? 1000 rupees. B share is 1000 rupees for us here. Next one. A certain amount of money was divided between X and Y in the ratio 4:3. If Y share is 2400. X is to Y, they given it as 4:3. And they given Y share is what? 2400. That is 3 parts, right? So 3 parts is equal to 2400. And the total initial amount is, they are asking us about the initial total amount. Initial total is how much? 4 plus 3 is what? 7 parts. So 7 parts will become what here, students? 3 parts is 2400, means into 800. Into 800. So similarly here also into 800. 7 8s are 56 and 2 zeros for us here. So what is the total money they will divide initially? It is 5600 rupees. 5600 rupees. Alright, next one. If A is to B is equal to 32 is to 35, B is to C, then A is to C. Now see here, students, already we discussed about this in ratio and proportions. To join any two ratios, we should have a common term. Okay, we should have a common term between two ratios. So they given us A is to B as 32 is to 35 and B is to C as 21 is to 32. As here B is the common term, yes, I can join, and at the same time the common terms portion should be equal here. But here B is 35 parts and here it is 21 parts. How I can equal these two, students? What is the LCM of 35 and 21? The LCM of 35 and 21. 35 2s is 70. No. 105. Yes. So LCM is 105. Between 35 and 21, the LCM is 105. 105. Okay. So that means I will multiply this equation with what? 3 times, and I will multiply this equation with 5 times. So then this ratio will become what? 96 is to 105, and this ratio will become what? 105 is to 32 5s is what? 32 5s 160. 160. Now they are asking us A is to C. That means A and C. That's it. So 96 is to 160. 96 is to 160. I can cancel in 16 table. 16 6s are 16 10s are. Yes sir. Next 3 times, and here I will get 5 times. So the ratio will become what? 3 is to 5. The ratio becomes what here? 3 is to 5. See here, students, ratios are very specific. So whatever they ask, you should write for that only. Okay, they asked for A is to C, so we are writing it as 3 is to 5. Sometimes they may also ask us C is to A, then you should write it as 5 is to 3. 5 is to 3. Right, next one. Now see here, two numbers are 30% and 60% higher than the third number respectively. What is the ratio of both the numbers? Now I will assume my third number as 100. I will assume third number as 100. Now tell me what will be my first number? It is 30% higher than the third number, so it will become what? 130. Now tell me what will be my second number? It is what? 60% higher than my third number, so it will become what? 160. Right? So now they are asking us what is the ratio of between both the numbers. So that means what? 130 is to 160 for us here. 0 0 get cancelled. So what it becomes? 13 is to 16. The ratio becomes here 13:16. 13:16 will be the ratio between them. Next one. The ratio of sand and macadam in a mixture is 41:30. Okay. While the mixture of macadam and cement is 6:7, what is the ratio of sand and cement in the mixture? There is a mixture which contains three elements. The first one is sand, second one is macadam, and the third one is cement. Okay, three elements are there. The ratio between sand and macadam is what? 41:30. And the ratio between macadam and cement is what? 6:7. 6:7. And they are asking us what is the relation between sand and cement. Similar to our A:B, B:C, and they are asking us A:C here. That's it. So consider, to avoid confusion, I assume it as A:B, B:C, and they are asking us A:C. How you will equal? First equaling this one, I will multiply this one with 5. When I multiply with 5, it will become what? 30:35. Right? So now directly I can say that the relation between sand and cement is 41:35. The relation between sand and cement is what for us here? 41:35. Directly. Why? Because LCM of 30 and 6 is 30 itself. So to make it to 30, I should multiply my second one with 5. First one is not at all disturbed. Why? Because already it is 30. No need to do anything for that first one. Okay, right? Next one. Red, green and pink tokens are kept in a bag. Okay, there are three types of tokens in a bag: red, green and pink. The ratio of red and green tokens is 5:11. Okay, red is to green is 5:11 and pink is to red is what? 7:15. What will be the ratio of green and pink? Similar one, students. Similar one. So what is common here and here? Red. Red here is how many parts? 5. Red here is how many parts? 15. Please be careful, students. They will not give sometimes immediately like this. First and last also there may be there. Red is here first, so 5 parts. Red is here next, it is in 15 parts. So now how if I can become 15? By multiplying it with 3. Now this will become what? 15:33 and this will become what? 7:15. What will be the ratio of green and pink? Green is how many parts here? 33. Pink is how many parts here? 7. So it will become what? 33:7. The ratio will become what? 33:7 for us here. So the ratio becomes here 33:7. Understood? Green and pink, the ratio will become 33:7. Okay? Right? Next one. Similar one. And now see here, students, I will tell you a shortcut here for your understanding. A, B and C, three elements are there. A:B is what? 5:8, sir. B:C is what? 18:25. 18:25. So here there is a gap for me, here there is a gap for me. Fill it with the adjacent one. So it will become what? 8 and it becomes what? 18. 18. Okay. Now 15. Now they are asking us A:C. 5 into 18, 18 5s are 90. 25 8s are 200. 0 0 cancel. So what is our answer here? 9:20. 9:20. Just multiply them. Just multiply them, you will get the answer. This is the method of shortcut method of joining the ratios. Or else go with the general method only. What is B here? 8 parts. What is B here? 18 parts. What is the LCM of 8 and 18? 8 and 18. LCM will become what? 72. 72. So that means you should multiply this one with 9 and this one with what? You should multiply this one with 4. This becomes 100 and that becomes 5 9s are 45. Anyway, the same thing. 9 and 20 you will get finally. 9 and 20 you will get finally. Okay. Next one. If the ratio of A:B is 45:56 and ratio of B:C, then what will be the ratio of A:C? Similar type of questions. Solve it by yourself, students. You know the method. Just solve it and mention the answer in the comment section. Okay. Right. Next one. Now, Suraj's amount is 4 times that of Ravi's amount. Okay. Ravi's amount is 16 times that of amount of Aditya's amount. What is the ratio of Aditya and Suraj's amount? Okay. Suraj's amount is 4 times of that is Ravi's amount, right? So Suraj is equal to 4 times of Ravi. Ravi's amount is 16 times of Aditya. Ravi is equal to 16 times of Aditya. They are asking us Aditya and Suraj. Now from this, S by R will become what? 4 by 1. From this R by A is equal to what? 16 by 1. So what I can write here? S is to R is equal to 4 is to 1 and R is to A is equal to 16 is to 1. To join these two ratios, what is the common here and here, students? Here R is 1 part and here R is 16 parts. Now tell me how I can multiply this one. I should multiply this one with 16. Then it will become what? 16 4 is 64 is to 16 and this will become what? 16 is to 1. Now they are asking us Aditya and Suraj. Aditya is how many parts? 1 part and Suraj is how many parts? 64. So our answer will become 1 is to 64. Don't write in a flow that 64 is to 1. They asked Aditya's and Suraj's amount. Aditya's amount is 1 part, Suraj's amount is 64 parts. So please be careful with these ratios. Why? Because if you change by a little bit also, you will get a wrong answer. Okay. Next one. Similar one, solve it. Here A is common. That's it. Same concept. Please try to solve it, students. Next. A sum of rupees 4800 is divided between A, B and C such that the ratio of share of A to the combined share of B and C is 3 is to 5. And C receives 5 by 7 of what A and B together receive. The difference in rupees. In rupees of A's share and B's share is. That is the question, students. Now see here. A sum of 40 divided between A, B and C such that the ratio of shares of A to the combined share of B and C is what? 3 is to 5. That means what? A is to B plus C is equal to 3 is to 5. That is the thing they are telling. That means combinedly B and C together are getting how many parts? 5 parts. A alone is getting how many parts? 3 parts. And what is the total money they are dividing here? 4800 rupees. The total money they are dividing here is what? 4800 rupees. Okay, next. And C receives 5 by 7 of what A and B together receive. Okay, now C is receiving 5 by 2 times of what? A and C. That means what? C is equal to 5 by 7 of A and B together. A and B together. So that means what? C by A plus B is equal to what I will get here? 5 by 7. 5 by 7. That means A and B together is how many parts? 7 parts. And this one is what? This one. So now here I have two equations. C is to A plus B is equal to what? 5 is to 7. Now tell me, students, how we can find the answer for this one? How we can find the answer for this one? Is it practically possible for us to get the answer for this one? Yes, it is possible, but how? Here I have A is to B plus C, here I have C is to A plus B. How I should consider? How I should consider? See here, students, what we should do is, anyway, here or here we are dividing the same money, 4800. Yes, sir. So when the money is same, total parts should be equal. When the money is same, total parts should be equal. What is the total parts here? What is the total parts here? 8. What is the total parts here? Here it is 12. Now how I can equal the 8 and 12, students? What is LCM of 8 and 12? 24. 24. That is the reason I will multiply this one with 2 and I will multiply this one with 3. When I multiply this one with 3, it will become what? 9 is to 15. When I multiply this one with 2, it will become what? 10 is to 14. 10 is to 14. Now see here. Now I can consider that C is how many parts? 10 parts. B and C together 15 parts means B will become what? C is C. At last what I came to know that A is to B plus C is equal to 9 is to 15 and C is to A plus B is equal to what? 10 is to 14. 10 is to 14. Now please see here, students. A how many parts? 9 parts. C how many parts? 10 parts. A is 9 parts. C is 10 parts. If C is 10 parts, I will substitute C here. So B will become what? 5 parts. Or else A is 9 parts. If I substitute A here, what I will get? B as 5 parts. So what is the difference between A and B here? 4 parts. And even they are asking us what is the difference between their shares. So total 24 parts is given as what? Total 24 parts is given as 4800. And they are asking us their difference, that is 4 parts. So 24 into 200, right? So here also into 200. So the difference between A share and B share is what? 800 rupees. The difference between their shares is 800 rupees. This is very important concept, students. Recently they are asking question from this. Here we are dividing the same money. So when we are dividing the same money, total parts should be equal in the ratios. Here initial ratio is 3:5 and then later it became 5:7. So first I am equaling the total parts. After equaling total parts, now I can compare everything. A has 9 directly and C has 10 directly. And based on that we can solve the remaining things. Okay, understood? When total is same, remember, when the same amount is divided in multiple, different sets of ratios, the total parts in those different sets should be equal. That is the concept here. Next one. In an alloy of German silver, the ratio of copper and zinc is what? 21:16. Okay, the ratio of copper and zinc is 21. While the ratio of nickel and zinc was, this is zinc, nickel and zinc was 7:24. What was the ratio of copper, zinc and nickel? Copper, zinc and nickel in the alloy. Okay, that is the question for us. Now see here, same, three together, all the three together. They are telling that copper and zinc is what? 21:16. Copper and zinc is what for us here? 21:16. While nickel and zinc 7:24. So zinc is here how many parts? 16 parts. Zinc is here how many parts? 24 parts. 16 parts and 24 parts. So now what I need to do? I will multiply this one with 3 and I will multiply this one with 2. So it will become what? 63:48 and this becomes what? 14:48. And they are asking us the ratio between all the three. Copper is how much? 63. Zinc is how much? 48. And nickel is how much? 14. So 63:48:14. 63:48:14 will be our answer here. Okay, right? Next one. In an alloy of German silver, similar type. See here, students, if you observe carefully, these are multiple shifts questions. So what my suggestion is, while writing the examination also, when you are preparing for the examination, for example, if your shift was, for example, the examination was started on 1st of a month, but your examination, if it is on 10th of a month, what my suggestion is, please be updated with the questions which was asked from 1 to 9. From the 1st to the 9th of the, why? Because how the RRB is giving the pattern, or when you observe the questions carefully, almost 80 to 70 to 80% will be the repeated model. Not the same questions, but the pattern or the type of questions. So please be updated with these type of things. Anyway, in our channel also we will try to provide the same things. How when the examination was started, definitely we will try to make a discussion videos on each and every paper, how the questions or what are the questions they are asking. Okay, memory based questions will be there, right? That means immediately after the examination. So please try to watch those things so that you will have an idea. See, similar type of question, just the quantities are changed here. Other than that, everything is same. Okay, now see here what they are telling. Alloy contains what? Copper and zinc are in what ratio? Copper and zinc are in 19:6 ratio. While nickel and zinc are in what ratio? 7:4. All the three together they are asking. Zinc is here 6, zinc here is 4. What is the LCM of 6 and 4? 12. So that is 2 and this one I will multiply with 3. So it will become what? 38:12 and this will become 21:12. Now when I mix all the three, copper, zinc and nickel, 38:12:21. 38:12:21. So our answer here becomes option C. Option C will be our answer here. Okay, right? Next one. The ratio of copper, zinc and nickel, same, students, please try to solve it, but differently. How many kilograms of zinc should be added to this metal of 54 kg so that the new ratio becomes 2:5:1. Okay. Now present the copper, zinc and nickel are in what ratio? 4:3:2. How many kilograms of zinc should be added to this metal of 54 kg? That means now the present metal is what? 54 kg, right? Now the present metal is what? 54 kg. So that the new ratio becomes what? 2 is to 5 is to 1. That is the new ratio. Now first of all, in this 54 kgs, very simple students. Only one thing will vary, right? Before and after, what it is? Zinc proportion. But what about the copper and nickel? What about the copper and nickel, students? Both copper and nickel are unchanged here. That will be unchanged here. So after that, later it should become what? Zinc and nickel should become 2 is to 5 is to 1. It should become like this. So first of all, find out what is the copper portion in this one. What is the copper portion here? Copper. In both the cases. Why? Because copper is unchanged anyway. Copper is according to this. According to this, copper will become what? 4 by, total how many parts? 9 parts into 54. 9 ones 9, 6, so 4 6 are 24 kgs. In this 54 kgs, 24 kgs will be copper. The same 24 kgs there will be there here, right? Will there be any difference here? No sir, the same 24 kgs. So that means what? Here, in the second case, 2 parts is equal to what? 24. 2 parts is equal to what? 24. And they are asking us about what? Zinc. Zinc is present in the middle. So 5 parts will become what? 2 parts is 24 means into 12. So 5 into 12 it will become what? 60. That means present zinc portion is 60. Earlier in this one zinc 3 parts means what? 3 by 9 into 54. 9 ones 9 6. So earlier it was 18 kgs of zinc. Now this 18 kgs became 60 kgs of zinc. So now tell me what quantity of zinc was added here? Here we have added 42 kgs of zinc. Here we added 42 kgs of zinc. From 18 kgs, zinc was shifted to 60 kgs. See here students, here two elements are constant actually, copper and nickel. I have solved it with the copper. If you have any doubt, try to solve it with the nickel. Same thing. Nickel parts are how many? 2. That means what it become? Nickel will become 12 kgs. So 1 part is 12 kgs. 5 parts will become what? 60 kgs. Anyway, the same thing. Okay, we'll get the same answers, students. Next one. The salaries of A and B are in the ratio of 3 is to 4. Okay. The salaries of A and B are in what ratio? 3 is to 4. Okay. The salaries of A and B are in the ratio of 3 is to 4. Fine. On increasing the salaries of both A and B by 3,000 each, the new ratio becomes what? 18 is to 23. Okay. New ratio became what? 18 is to 23. New ratio became 18 is to 23. Now see here students, you can solve it in 2 ways. Find the salary of A after the increase. After the increase they are asking us. So what is the difference in ratio, students? Here it is 15 and here it is what? 19. So first, anyway both are saving how much? The new ratio, both the values are increased by how much? 3000 and 3000. Both the values are increasing by how much? 3000 and 3000. So when you are increasing with a constant, their ratios also should be increased with a constant, but it is increasing 15 parts and this one is increasing 19 parts. That means first I should write the differences between these two. This one is 19 and this differences should be equal. How I can make this difference equal, students? Already we have learned in ratios and proportions. What is the difference here? 5. What is the difference here? 1. So multiply this 5 here, 1 here and this 5 there. So when you multiply 5 there, it will become what? 15 is to 20. And when you multiply 18 here, it will become what? 18 is to 23. How much it was increased? 3 parts. How much it was increased? 3 parts. This is because of what? Addition of 3000 here and addition of 3000 here. So that means directly I can write, therefore 3 parts is equal to what? 3000. Difference. 3 parts is 3000 and they are asking us find the salary of A after the increase. After the increase, salary of A is becoming what? 18 parts. So 18 parts will become what here, students? 18,000. If 3 parts is 3000, so 18 parts will become what for us here? 18,000. 18 parts becomes 18,000. Once again listen here, students. Both the person's salary was increased by 3000. So the parts also should be increased in the same manner. But actually this is increasing by 15 parts and this one is increasing by 19 parts. So to equal those 2 parts, usually the technique or method which we use is the difference which will be there between these two will be multiplied for the first ratio. The difference in the first ratio will be multiplied to the second ratio. So now see here, after multiplication, this 5, when I multiply 5 3s are 15, 5 4s are 20, 15 and 20. What is the difference between these two? 1. When I multiply here, what I will get? 18 and 23. 18 and 23 for us here. Okay. So this is how we find the answer. Okay, understood? Next one. Two numbers are in the ratio of 5:8. Okay. If the first number increases by 40%, second number decreases by 15, the new ratio becomes. Okay. Now two ratios are in the ratio of 5:8, right? So for these questions, assumption is the best one. Assume them as 500 and 800. Okay. Now first number increased by 40%. What is 10% of 500, students? What is 10% of 500? Intentionally I am taking in hundreds. You can go with 50 and 80 also, but the numbers will be very small. 40% of 500 will become what? 200. So what will be my new value here? 700. And the second one was decreased by 15%. 10% is 80, 15% will become what? 120. So 800 minus 120, it becomes 680. New ratio, new numbers ratio will become what? 35:34. 35:34 will be the new ratio between the two numbers. 35:34 will be the new ratio between the given two numbers. Understood? Right? Next one. The ratio of two numbers is 5:9. If 6 is added to both the numbers, then the ratio become what? 2:3. The original numbers are. Now see here, students. 5:9 and 2:3. Right? So both the numbers we are adding with +6 and +6, right? Numbers is added with +6 value. But when it comes to the parts, it was decreased by 3 parts, and this was decreased by 6 parts. So the difference is not same, right? To make the difference equal, what I should do? 3 parts and 6 parts. Difference is not equal. So what is the difference here? 4. Multiply that 4 here. What is the difference here? 1. That multiply that 1 here. So when you multiply 1 to the first one, it will become what? 5:9. And when you multiply 4 to the next one, it will become what? 8:12. Now please see here, students, this is because of 3 parts. Increase is here, and here also 3 parts. This increase is because of what? This increase is because of what? Both the numbers are added with 6 each. Both the numbers are added with 6 each. So therefore I can say that 3 parts is equal to what? 6. And they are asking the original numbers are. Original numbers are what? 5:9, right? So 3 parts 6 means into 2. So original numbers will become what? 10:18. 10:18, which in 10 and 18. Original numbers are 10 and 18. Original numbers are 10 and 18 here. Original numbers are 10 and 18. Understood, students? Okay. So this is how we solve this type of problems. Next one. See the next one. A number is divided into the ratio 7, where 6 is added to each number. Okay, similar one. What it is? 7:11. And when we add +6 and +6 as values here, so it is becoming what? 5:7. See here, students, one basic thing, first one basic common sense. When you add it, the ratios will be decreased or increased. Usually it will increase. Only in some special case it will decrease. So don't think that, okay, it is decreasing and this one is decreasing. Don't think that. Just see how much it was decreased, just 2 parts. How much it was decreased? 4 parts. Both are not same, right? So what is the difference here? 2. Multiply these 2 here. What is the difference here? 4. Multiply that 4 here. When you do that, what you will get here? 2 into 7, 14. 2 into 11, 22. 4 into 5, 20. 4 into 7, 28. Now please see here, what is the difference? 6 parts. And what is the difference here? 6 parts. This difference is because of what? 6. So therefore 6 parts is equal to what? 6. Therefore 6 parts is equal to what? For us here 6. 6 parts is 6. Then what they are asking us? What was the largest number among the initial numbers? So by default, what is the largest one? This one. 6 parts is 6 means 22 parts will become what? What will be 22 parts? It will become what? 22. So the largest number of these two will be what? 22. Next question. Now see here, the ratio between two numbers is 11:18. If 4 is added to both numbers, the ratio become what? 13:20. What will be the original number? Now see here, students, this is very simple. The ratio between two numbers is what? 11:18. When 4 is added to both the numbers, it is becoming what? 13:20. It is becoming what for us here? 13:20. Now please observe here, it was increased by 2 parts and this one is also increased by 2 parts. Luckily here both are increased by the same value, and what it is? 4 is added. So directly I can take that 2 parts is equal to 4. Then they are asking us what will be the original number. Okay, what will be the original number? So 2 parts is 4 means what? Into 2, right? So original number, this will become 22, it will become what? 36 into 2 into 2. So in our previous problems, what happened, students? Yes, they are increased by same number, but the difference are not equal. So first we have equaled the differences and then later we solved the problem. Okay, but here already the differences are equal, so we are very happy. We'll get the answer very easily and quickly. Okay, right, next one. The ratio of two numbers is what? 3:4. If 3 is added to them, then the ratio becomes this one. Find the original numbers. Find the original numbers. See here, students, please try to solve this question and mention the answer in the comment section. You people know how to solve this one. Already we discussed some 4 to 5 questions. So solve it by yourselves. Next one. The number is divided in the ratio 9:5. When 8 is added to each number, the ratio becomes what? 5:3, which will be the largest among the two numbers. Okay, so they are a similar type of question, 9:5. It is becoming what? 5:3. Here it was decreased by 4 parts and here it was decreased by 2 parts. First these two should be equal, right? Why? Because here both are increased by what? 8 and 8. But here it is -4 and -2. So what is the difference here? 2. What is the difference here? 4. Multiply this 4 here and these 2 here. When you do that, 2 into 9, 18. 2 into 5, 10. 4 into 5, 20. 4 into 3, 12. So both are increased by how much? 2 parts and 2 parts. So now it is very simple. 2 parts is what? 8 for me. So 2 parts is equal to what they given for us? 8. So what is the largest among both of these? 18, right? 2 into 8 is what? Into 4. So 18 parts will become what here, students? What is 18 parts? 18 into 4. It will become what for us here? 72. So our answer here becomes 72. Similar type of questions. Nothing different from the questions which we have discussed earlier. Next one, see the next one. The ratio of red and green balls in a bag is 15:26. If 12 more green balls are put in that bag, then the ratio of red and green balls becomes what? 1:2. Now actually what is the ratio between red and green, students? Initial ratio is 15:26. 26. Finally, what is the ratio? Finally it is becoming 1:2. When it is becoming 1:2, tell me. When it is becoming, when I add 12 more green balls, I am adding here plus 12. Am I adding anything to red? That means, am I adding any red ball here? No. So red portion should be same. Initial and final. Initially it is 15 parts and finally it is becoming 1 part. So to make these two portions equal, why? Because red is unchanged, right? Yes sir, unchanged. So to make these portions equal, what I need to do? I need to multiply this one with 15. When I multiply this ratio with 15, finally it will become what? 15:30. So red is unchanged, 15 and 15, but green it was increased by 4 parts. This 4 parts was increased because of what? Addition of 12 balls. Okay, because of addition of 12 balls. So therefore what I can say, 4 parts is equal to 12 balls. 4 parts is equal to 12 balls for us here. Next, how many red balls are there in that bag? Red balls are how many in there? Number 15 parts. So for 15 parts will become what? 4 parts and 12 balls. What is the relation? Into 3. 4 parts and 12 balls, what is the relation? Into 3. So now here into 3 what it becomes? 45 balls. So how many red colored balls that bag contains means 45 balls. 45 balls. See here, students, the concept which we have, the questions which we have discussed earlier are one set of questions where both the values are increased with a constant. So there we made the differences equal. Difference is equal. Once again I am repeating. But here we are equaling the quantities. Red here is 15 in number, red here is 1 in number. But actually there is any change in red quantity? No. So to equal these two, what I should do? To equal 1 to 15, what I should do? I should multiply this one with 15. That is the reason I multiplied with 15. That concept is different, this one is different. Okay. Next one. An amount was divided between Ethan and Jen in the ratio of 4:7. If Jen gives Ethan 1 rupee, then the ratio became what? 7:12. What is the total amount? What is the total number? Now see here, students. Initial ratio is what? Initial ratio is 4:7 and final ratio is what? 7:12. Anyway, the total money with them, will it change? Will it change here? Just internally it will change, but the total money, as a total money, will there be any change here? No. So already I told you, whenever a total, the same total is divided in two different ratios, what is the first thing I should do? I should equal the total parts in the ratios. What is total parts here? Total parts are here 11 in number. What is total parts here? Total parts are here 19 in number. Anyway, both are prime numbers. How I can equal them? Cross multiply them. So that means when I multiply 19 with this one, initial value will become now what for me? 19 fours, 76. 7 19s. Next, I will multiply 11 to this one. So finally it will become what? 77 is to 132. Right? 1 rupee was given here. So one part was increased here. Now what is the total amount? Very simple, add these two. What is the total amount which we can say here? 76 plus 133. Why? Because from here to here, what is the difference? 1 rupee was reduced here and here 1 rupee was increased. The same ratio, right? It was dropped by one part and it was increased by one part. So what is the money here? 132 plus 77, it will become what? 209. 209. So 209 rupees is the total money which they are dividing between themselves. Okay. Next one. The ratio of two numbers is 17 is to 28. If 60 is added to the smaller number, then the ratio is changed to 13 is to 20. Okay. Initially, what is the ratio? 17 is to 28. Now tell me which one is the smallest one among these two? Which one is the smallest one among these two? This one, right? First one. So for this we are adding how much? 6. Because of that, finally it is becoming what? 13 is to 20. Finally it is becoming what? 13 is to 20. Now see here, are we adding anything to this one? No. If this is unchanged, earlier that red and green colored balls, if red colored balls are unchanged, we equal the red portion, right? Similarly, is there any change in this value? No. So I should equal the ratios also here. So 28 and 20, what is the LCM? 140. So to make it to 140, I will multiply this one with 5. I will multiply this one with 7. So when I do so, what happens to this ratio, students? 17 5s, it becomes 85. 28 5s, it becomes what? 140. Next, what happens to this ratio? 13 7s or else 7 13s, it will become what? 91. And 20 into 7, 140. So this one was increased by what? 6. And this one is also increased by 6 parts. So therefore, 6 parts is equal to what? It becomes 6. What is the value of the largest number? Larger number is what? This one only, and its value is directly 140. So the larger number is here 140. The larger number is here 140. See students, at max all these questions, the answers for all these questions you will get in less than 30 seconds or 40 seconds. At max, if you are really good, you will get it in 15 seconds to 20 seconds only. Okay, right? Next one. Any amount is divided between Shivani and Parinita in the ratio of 5 is to 7. If Parinita gives 5 rupees to Shivani, then the ratio will become what? 3 is to 4. What is the difference? Okay. Now see, as usual, the amount which was shuffling internally only. They are not giving outside or they are not taking any additional thing from the outside. So what is the initial ratio? 5 is to 7. What is the final ratio? 3 is to 4. What is total parts here? So I should equal the total parts. Total parts here are how many in number? 12, sir. What is total parts here for us? Total parts here are what for us? 7. So how I can equal 12 and 7? Just cross multiply it. I will multiply 7 to this one, then my initial value will become what? 35 is to 7 7s is 49. And finally 12 3s is what? 36 is to 12 4s is 48. Just one part is different, right? This one part difference came because of what? The sharing of 5 rupees here. So therefore, one part is equal to what? 5 rupees. Earlier it is one part 1 rupee, but here it is one part 5 rupees. One part is 5 rupees. What about the together portions here? What is the combined portion here? 84 parts, right? So 84 parts. What is the divided amount means? What? 84 into 5. It will become what? 420 rupees. So the money which they are dividing between themselves is what? 420 rupees. They are dividing 420 rupees between themselves. So our answer here becomes 420. Our answer here becomes 420 for us. Next one. Find the ratio between the third proportion. This is proportionality constant. And the median of the proportion of 9 and 16. See here students, what is this first proportion, third proportions and all these things? Tell me. How we find the answers? First of all, we should know the relation students. Proportional symbol means, usually, I can say that A is to B is proportional with C is to D. In our ratio and proportions, we discussed this one regarding proportions. A is to B is proportional with C is to D. That means what I can say here is A by B is equal to C by D. Proportional is nothing but equal to symbol in ratios. So what happens to here? A into D is equal to B into C I can write. But sir, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 proportionals, but here they are telling third proportion only. When we will have that third proportion means, usually A is to B is proportional with B is to C. That means what here? A by B is equal to B by C. That is mean proportion. We call it as mean proportion. Okay. So what happens here? B square is equal to AC. Okay, B square is equal to AC. Similarly also, the ratio between the third proportion of 20 and 50. So first of all, I should find the third proportion of 20 and 50. That means this will become A and this will become B. So when you substitute in this one, what you will get here? 50 square is equal to 20 into some C. Okay. So 50 square is what? 2500 for me. That is equal to 20 into C. So 0, 0 get cancels, 2 1s to 125. So C is 125. So third proportion for initial first value is 125. Next, and the median proportion of 9 and 16. Median proportion is nothing but mean proportion only. Mean proportion only. So now what is the mean proportion of this one? B square is equal to what? AC, right? So that means B square is equal to 9 into 16. So what will be B for me here? B for me will become what? 3 into 4. Which in turn becomes what? 12. So our answer will become what? 125 is to 12. Our answer here becomes 125 is to 12. Understood? Third proportion. Usually we will have 4 proportions, but if this speaks only about 3 proportions means this is the condition. In our proportional concept, we have discussed this one, students. Okay, right? Next one. Third proportional of 10 and 50 is. That means what? Actually, the meaning of this one is 10 is to 50 is proportional with 50 is to some x. This is the third one. 1, 2. This 2 and this one is third one. So that means what? 50 square is equal to 10 into x. B square is equal to AC. So 2500 is equal to 10 into x. 10 gets cancelled. So x value is what? 250. So our answer here becomes 250. This is regarding the proportionals. Proportionals. They are asking questions based on proportionals also. Please have a glance. That's it, students. With this, we finished the questions from the ratio and proportions also. So please do watch all our videos. We are giving a complete data regarding the RRB Group D question papers, how they are asking the questions and how we need to answer it quickly. And for concepts also, we have already made the videos in our YouTube channel itself as a playlist. So please do watch that videos first and then come back to this so that you will have a clear idea what we are doing and how we are doing. Right? Thank you. Thank you very much.